CEO and founder of Warrior Women in Business. And I'm sitting here at Aysha, New York's amazing showroom today. I'm so excited to be going live on Warrior Women in Business podcast, episode number 78, to talk about my favorite subject, fashion. and
Of course.
Yeah, of course. And today we are going to talk about all about Aysha's journey. Pick your brain a little bit about how you are so successful and how you got here. I know it's a tough industry, fashion, definitely. Being a woman in business and a woman in fashion is difficult, and creating your own signature line, that's a whole nother thing. So we're going to talk a lot about that today. But before we get into today's episode, I wanted to just share a little bit about Warrior Women in Business for those of you that may be new. And first of all, thank you everyone for joining in today, and go Knicks. So that's what's on everybody's mind today.
I know, we should be outside.
You should be, and we are actually sitting down the street from Madison Square Garden. So I'm feeling the energy today.
Definitely.
We'll win the next game. I'm totally sure of it. But anyway, so Warrior Women in Business, for those of you that are not familiar with the company, we started as an offshoot of my main business, JS Media, which is a 21-year-old, which is crazy.
Wow.
Executive branding and digital marketing consultancy. And it was started really because I do a lot of speaking to women's groups on how they leverage their personal brand for business gain in a short term. And I just kept noticing that there were a lot of serious, hungry women out there that needed a voice, and they needed to be heard. And more importantly, that I saw this need for women to come together in a very authentic way. So, Warrior Women in Business, we have the podcast. We also have events. We have many amazing women's organizations that we partner with to produce and co-produce events all over New York City. We've also run many events in Beverly Hills. We're going to be doing events in Boca coming up. I'm going down there this weekend. So, a lot of ways for women in business to get highlighted through not only our platform, and it's not only me, but our network that we've been building of other amazing women. So that being said, a couple of events I wanted to talk about, and then we're going to jump into today's podcast, including talking about an event that Aysha is hosting here. So I have to talk about the events because they're coming up so fast and furious. It's a little insane. So next week, I think it's next week, June 18th, Thursday evening in Chelsea, we are co-hosting a really beautiful event. It's a international movement called Women in Light. And it's all about the imagery led by a world famous artist, and her work has been in the Guggenheim, about showing these fearless, famous women in a way that you haven't seen them before. So it's almost like you can't recognize them. And I've seen the works, and they are incredible. And then we are also at that event doing an entire performance set, including, obviously, I'm performing, but more importantly, six of our amazing women at Warrior Women Entertainment Collective are performing. So it's going to be jazzy music, soulful music, art, champagne, which is the most important thing, and networking. So that is June 18th. Then flash forward to June 22nd, and we are working with Women of Culture, which is one of our partners. We do a lot of arts and cultural events with them. We're doing a very intimate event at Tory Burch. That's coming up. But most importantly, July 13th. July 13th, we're going to be here in the showroom, and it's going to be flowing with conversation. Women that are total badasses, if I can say that, leaders, wearing amazing clothing by yours truly over here. So July 13th, we encourage you to attend. I've only, everywhere I go, and all the women I seem to meet with lately, all comes back to Aysha. Every conversation I have, I say, "Oh, Aysha's going to be on my podcast. Oh, I know Aysha. She's the best. She's the best." And I got to say, all these women,
That's nice.
to you, I have to say, they're all powerhouses and they're all successful. So, Warrior Women is not just about elevating women, but finding the right circles. And you'll find them here on July 13th. But more importantly, you'll find the best styling in New York City. So, other things I don't want to mention because I want to jump right into the podcast. So, first of all, thank you for having me here today.
Of course. Thank you for including me in your Warrior Woman ecosystem. What a place to be.
It is an ecosystem.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, as we were talking a little bit of pre-show, I have friends in fashion. I've tried to do things in fashion. I've had clients in fashion, and I know it can be a very difficult world to navigate and to succeed. So I'd love to know, instead of me rambling on and probably incorrectly about your bio, if you could share a little bit about, really the meat of it, like where the passion came from, how you've created something that's unique and different, how you found your audience, and what you would say your audience would say about what you do.
Okay, so let's start with my passion,
Yeah.
because without passion and without that love for whatever work you do, it's really hard to succeed. I'm a
Sure.
big believer in, if anyone does something just for fortune and fame, eventually it runs its course. But if you truly believe in your mission and what you're creating and your journey, then it's a different level of commitment you can make to your work. So for me, clothing has been more than just a business or an item. It's really one's identity, how you dress, how you show up when you're getting ready for an event or a gathering. All that is so important, and it brings you such joy. And I wanted to have a brand that can do that for other women, because when you love what you're wearing and you look right and you feel good, your confidence goes through the roof. You
Absolutely.
smile more. There's a pep in your step, I say, and it makes you that much more likable and approachable. So clothing plays a huge role in our lives. So that's why I knew it was an important element of us as humans. And if I can turn that into a business, that would be amazing. And that's what I did, exactly that. And for me, since I was a little girl, I've always been the girl who dresses up for a certain occasion and uses clothing to create an image for myself. And that's what I do for the women that shop with us. And I like to say what they would say about our brand was the
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
I would say it gives them that confidence that we want them to have when they wear Aisha clothing. It's one thing that I feel that way. If the consumer did not believe in that, then you would be this brand would have succeeded.
Absolutely.
So clearly they believe in it and they come back for more, and that makes me say, okay, we got something, because we're not just dressing women; we're really creating an identity that they can form through their wardrobe.
I love that. Yes, absolutely. It's everything to do with identity and styling and how they present themselves, because we do the presence work on stage, in the boardroom, and together. So, a few important questions I have. I'm going to ignore my notes. So let's talk about two things, but I'll start with one. The stumbling blocks as a business owner. What are some things that have been, stumbling blocks for you in moving forward, and how did you continue to grow on your path?
Of course, when you're an entrepreneur, there are enormous amount of stumbling blocks, small to overwhelming, that makes you question everything that you're doing.
Absolutely. Oh my God. So true.
So biggest stumbling block, I mean, I guess one big change that I made that really helped us. We started off as a wholesale business, meaning we were selling to other high-end specialty stores and department stores. But what was happening in that environment was I wasn't aware of who was actually buying our product, because you never really dealt with the consumer. You always dealt with the buyer who bought your product and put it in their store, and you had no idea what was going on.
Mm.
They would just tell you if something sold well or it didn't. There was no feedback, there was nothing. And it created a very empty vacuum for me. Like, who is our customer? Who is actually buying this?
Yeah,
I had no idea who
course.
was, and I think I had an idea, but there was no dialogue between us and the end consumer. And that was a missing piece in the success or the building of the Aisha New York brand. So I made the brave decision that no more wholesale. We're going to close every single account and really build direct to consumer business. And that changed everything for us, because then I was able to see who the end consumer is and how she's interacting with the brand and what she likes and what she doesn't like. The feedback was there. And of course, it's a harder way to grow that way, because you have to do it one customer at a time. But it was valuable, that feedback I received, the relationship we formed with the end consumer, and made it very clear that customer who takes a credit card out of their wallet to buy your item is your boss. That's the person you need to please.
That is true.
So everything we do is in service of her. Like, what are her needs, where she's living, how has her needs evolved over the years. And so that really helps you identify your brand, your identity, and your purpose. So I would say that was the biggest stumbling block, not knowing the end consumer, and that's how we got around to it.
Okay, so let's talk about your customers a little bit, right? So, serving powerful women that are on the move,
Yeah,
that are particular.
yes. Very particular.
Oh, I am. I know you are. That's why you're amazing. Goal-oriented,
Yeah,
need what they need.
yeah.
What's where have you found the best way to work with those type of women and connect with those women? Because I know you also host events, so,
Yeah.
just
Best way to I've connected with these women is being genuine,
Mm.
absolutely, and sharing myself in every way. Our brand is, like I said, it's not about clothing, it's the journey of how we make things. We invite women into our studio. That's where we are. It's kind of messy, but that's being genuine. That's who we are as the creative people. Stuff is everywhere.
I know.
But that's how we work, and we bring customer into our world so they can see how everything is made. We don't only speak about principles, we live and breathe those principles. That is giving back to a community.
Yes.
Everything we make, Aysha New York, is literally made in New York City, 2 blocks down. And that's important for us because we are working with the local community here, bringing jobs into the fashion district, which many brands are leaving, but we're
Absolutely.
doubling down on this. So that's helpful. And then just connecting with the consumer by understanding her needs and not giving her something just because it's in fashion, it's on trend, it's on the runway, it's in
Yeah.
Vogue, or the celebrities are wearing it. A lot of time, those items don't work for those professional women that we're talking about.
Correct, they don't.
They don't. It's
No,
just
they don't. Yeah.
so we don't work with trend in that way. We really work with style that is everlasting. And I believe in giving consumer a product that's worth the price point that we're charging. And because that's how I would want to treat myself, buying things that can last for a long time and there's value in it. And that's how we design everything. Is she getting the most value she could possibly get with this money? And that's being very authentic to them because that's how I would want to shop. And then just having that conversation, knowing what their needs are beyond fashion. I get to know them. Our team gets to know the customer. What else do they do in their lives? What else is important to them?
Mhm.
And then we have hosted events around those topics. We've created Aisha New York Sisterhood Club because there was a need for that network to come
Yes.
together. So it's really treating consumers more than just a customer that's making a one-time purchase. It's like getting in their head and them coming into our world as well and meshing the two. I think that's where you create loyalty as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the way to do it. It's all about relationships, and I love that you're creating the community and serving the local industry.
Yes, yes,
And that's why I'm
absolutely.
excited to work with you.
Thank you.
It's so important, no
Thank
supply
you.
chain issues.
Yeah.
So a little bit about the industry I want to know about. And, a lot of my listeners, and hopefully you'll all attend events, are interested in career development.
Yeah.
So what's it like now, maybe versus when you first started, for someone to get into the fashion industry? What advice would you have? Whether it's I don't know, I'm not a pattern maker. I can't even sew. But but whether it's a pattern maker or a designer, or you run a fashion house, or you're marketing and selling retail.
Yeah.
What's some advice that you have for maybe younger women that want to get in the fashion industry?
I think it's really important to try different things. You just listed 5 or 6 careers within the fashion industry, and
Yeah.
there's so many more.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Elements of it, from the business side to the creative side. Just know what you enjoy, and sometimes you don't know that, have a super clarity on, so try
Right.
different aspects of the fashion industry. And the best way you can do that is by interning. I am a big believer in young
Agreed.
individuals interning for big design houses, small design houses, an entrepreneur. Mix it all up because you will get different exposure. And from there, you will start to see what you enjoy doing. What are you good at? And you will be surprised. You may want it to go this direction, you end up going this way. And it's okay. It's good to try different aspects of it. Not everybody is meant to have their own brand and be a creative director.
It's
Those
true.
those are things that get highlighted in the media and press, but there are like hundreds and thousands of other things you can do within the fashion industry and be a creative person or a business person. So internship is really important. Find mentors in the industry is very important as
Yeah.
well, and be open to ideas and just experiment. And who knows, maybe you'll do it and say, I hate the fashion industry.
You
It's a
good.
bunch of crazy
You
people.
good.
And then you save
Good.
yourself a lot of heartache, and then you go do something different, you know? So it's okay to change, and it's acceptable today more than it was maybe 15 years ago or 20 years ago, where you went to school for this degree, this is what you
Yeah,
did,
that's your path.
that's your path, stay
Right,
there,
of
and
course.
that's it. But now you can move around, and there's a lot of resources online as well
Oh, so many.
that you can study on your own and just get better at it. So
Yeah. With my interns, when the first thing I have them do when they come on board is because they'll say, I want to be in marketing. I say, okay. So I give them a checklist
mm,
and I have them rate themselves and their skills and the hundreds of things you can do in marketing and sales,
mm,
and then what they want to focus on.
right,
And I
right.
see how they change and they find, to your point,
Mhm.
new things they maybe want to get into, and how can you,
Exactly.
and career development is like always about translating your skills up, right? So
Yeah.
I love what you said. Okay, let's talk about fabrics now.
Sure.
Because when I came the last time and I tried on some things, of which you will all try them on when you come to the
13th event.
Aysha New York Warrior Women amazing fashion event.
With
I said, oh, what was the zip up that I tried on?
the blouse set, the
Yeah, it's a blouse
chiffon,
set, right.
the chiffon jacket.
Right. And I said, oh, what's this fabric? Because in New York, it's like the extreme weather capital of the world, right? It's
Yeah,
very
get
annoying,
everything.
very annoying. So it
Yeah,
gets super
everything.
hot and super cold
Same day.
in the same, oh my God, like in March. So I'm always looking for clothes. I'm always throwing out clothes, getting new clothes. So I'm always looking for clothes that have fabrics that can last, that feel good, that fit right. And when I tried that on, I said, oh, I love the feel. So you can
Yeah.
talk about like how you choose fabrics and maybe what stands out, a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, you said it, that it's about the feeling. I
Yeah.
want women, when they put on clothing from our brand, I want that instant feeling to be like, oh my God, this feels good. This
Yeah.
fits well, and this is comfortable. And I love the way how I look in it. Like those are the three things I want them to say. And
Yeah.
hopefully we accomplish that. And if we don't, we get them to try on something else. Because when you have those three emotions, then you know you're doing something right, because everything
Mhm.
is all about touch and feel. It can't be rough, has to be smooth and textured and comfortable. The worst thing you could ever be that it looks good, but you yourself are not comfortable wearing it. It's too tight, it's too
You just brought me
loose,
back to
or
all those skirts that were like this.
yeah,
The pencil skirts that were like this and you can't
you
move.
can't move, you walk like a little
Walk like
duck.
a duck.
And that's
Yeah.
not comfortable.
No.
So more than,
Yeah.
now women get dressed in the morning and they don't come home till late at night, because after work they
That's
went to
right.
an event. So they're in this article of clothing, in that dress or suit, for like 8, 10, 12 hours a day. They have to be comfortable, and the
Absolutely.
fabric has to work with them. It can't be something that gets wrinkled too quickly or stained, or so we look at all these details. And I always try to buy fabric that stretches. We're very fortunate that I work with some of the best mills in Europe. A lot of them are Italian, and we test these fabrics
Nice.
out. Does it shrink, and how does it wear over time? And we have made mistakes like any other business, where we have chosen fabric that have not worked out over long term, and then we go correct it and make sure we next time let the mill know or make adjustments to it. So we constantly adjusting and fine tuning our supplies, fabrics that we come from different mills, and other treatments we use. And I think that also translates into how the product is made, because every detail has been thought about. Every button and zipper has been tested and using the best materials, which a lot of times, in fast fashion,
This weirdly
doesn't work.
excites me so much.
Does it? Oh yeah, it is exciting. When I go button shopping, or we have buttons come in,
Zippers.
then
I have so many
it's
issues with
exciting.
zippers,
Yeah. Zippers can be, dangerous.
Zippers can be very dangerous
Dangerous.
and buttons can be very annoying. No,
Exactly.
your clothes are gorgeous. And so, one thing that I've been wanting to do since I started Warrior Women, because we have a t-shirt line and leggings, but I always said my end goal was for this woman who is like us, out there for 10, 12, 14 hours. She's in meetings, she's commuting maybe in New York City. She's going to then she has to look great for a cocktail hour, and maybe she's gonna be on a podcast interview at the last minute. You have to have the right clothes.
Of course, you have to be ready for those moments, the big moments, I say, the big moments.
The big moments.
Yeah.
So warrior women, what does the term mean to you when I said, would you like to be on the podcast and be a partner of our what we're doing?
Warrior woman sounds like the kind of woman I would want to be and want to be around. These are women who get things done. These
Nice.
are women who
Yeah.
are not afraid of a challenge, and they have an end goal in their mind and they're going there, but along the way they're willing to tweak things around to meet those needs, and they're bringing other women with them.
Yes.
She's not doing it alone, she's doing it as a tribe. And I think that's really important, that we are not just fighting for ourselves, but we're fighting for each other, because we are stronger together. That's what the community is about. That's what your community is about. And that's what attracted me to this concept, to us sitting here and talking about it. Our sisterhood club is that. That is like a little gang. I call it the girl gang.
I love it.
We're
Free of jackets.
girl gang.
I had to say it. Come on. We're sitting in a showroom.
We're like a satin motor jacket is our gang jacket.
I already know. I already have ideas
for it. And I mean, that's how, we excel. It's not about competition. It's not about
No,
bringing the other one down. I don't believe in that. That's not
Neither
the
do I.
consumer that we attract. But warrior woman is just unstoppable.
yes.
That's what it comes to mind.
Thank you. I couldn't agree with you more. And on the podcast, I choose my guests, although I get gazillions of applicants, and believe me,
Like that.
I'll have you all on, but I have to choose what I'm doing first. And I want leaders to support leaders. So I generally ask my guests, and I want to talk to you about this a little bit, supporting other leaders, supporting other female leaders, right? It's not so easy. So, I love that you have the Sisterhood Club and your clients are definitely leaders. What is the best way you support other female leaders, and how do they support you?
Well, we support the current leaders, in a sense, the women already in position of power, by connecting them with other women through our sisterhood club, through the events we do. We really encourage women to utilize that network. If you're looking for resource, if you're looking for an attorney for particular endeavor in life, look within your sisterhood club. If whatever your needs are, look within the club to give each other business and support. So that's one way we encourage that. And then we also have to encourage the new crop of leaders coming through the pipeline, right? The
True.
youngins, I say. And that we do through the Aysha New York Foundation. It's a 501c non-for-profit that I created recently, and it was inspired by my beautiful mother. It's a memory. And that foundation is to helping women and girls in the tri-state area through mentorship and educational support. So that's a new initiative we have started, and we are selecting women who are looking for mentors. And within our network, we will pair them up with the right mentors,
Okay.
mentees and the
Yeah.
mentors. And because, as we all know, it's that one piece of advice, that one
That's
introduction
right, it is.
that can change the trajectory of your life and your career. So if we could be the conduit of allowing that somehow match to happen, why not? So through the foundation, that's the work we're doing. So not only we're supporting the current leaders, but the future ones coming through, because we need this to continue.
We do. No, sometimes it is the one introduction.
That has changed my life.
I mean,
in
it's
so
changing
many
my life
ways.
so much
Exactly.
lately, these one introductions, and then they just go
Keep going.
the right introductions. And
It's not everybody has that. You're
don't.
fortunate enough to have met those, and I have been.
Yep.
A lot of them don't, for
Right.
various reasons. Those opportunities don't exist. They're not moving in those circles.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to allow that to happen, and our community loves it as well. So before I started launch the foundation and its mission, I did talk to certain community members and see if they will be supporting this, and they all raised their hand and they're like, yes, how can we help?
That's
So
wonderful.
that's a big initiative for us
Yeah.
this year.
I love this. So it's called the Aysha Foundation?
Aysha New York Foundation.
Aysha New York Foundation.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Inspired by my mom, Naseem Saeed, because her entire life, her mission has always been to support others. She was kind, she was generous, and in every way possible. So through the foundation, I think her legacy will continue, and I get to be part of it, and so is our community. So it's a really wonderful world to be in.
She sounds like she was a wonderful person.
Incredible woman.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be doing what I do if it wasn't for her support.
Mm.
And she's done that for many people, strangers and family members, you name it. So,
And it's the way to be.
yeah,
Right?
it's the way to be. If we all did that,
If we all did that,
often,
life would be so much better.
for all of us,
But we
but
can't-
we're all human,
Yeah.
you know, we do
We're
what
all-
we can.
Yeah, and we just got to lead by example.
Yes, yes,
Right.
we can.
Yes, lead by example. So let's talk about your styling consultation
Yes.
on July 13th, and then I have some other announcements. So you're offering a free styling consultation.
Yes.
Will we see that on July 13th? Is this something that you want to offer as a one-off? Let's just talk about, and what does that look like?
Well, before you recommend styles, I think it's really important for us to get to know you. Like, what are your needs? What's your lifestyle like? What are your pain points when you get ready in the morning, or what your
Buttons
wardrobe
and
looks like?
zippers.
Buttons and zippers. Can address that. So we work
Yeah.
with you, and then your
Fine.
shape. There's no two shapes alike,
That is true.
and we have to work with the shape that you're in right now. I always say we have to love the body that we have right now, not the one we wish we had. So let's be realistic about it and how we can flatter your shape and form in the best way, and so it's initial conversation that takes place, and then we have them try on styles that are right for them, and I get feedback and I give them my feedback. I have stylists in our studio who work in the same manner, and if there are alterations have to happen, certain customization has to happen, we can offer that service as well, because everything is made locally in New York City, so that gives us that flexibility. And I think having the style consultation is really important, because then whatever we are recommending you is really based on your particular need. The personalization is there.
Mm.
And then we help you build your wardrobe over time. I always say no one has the money or the space in their closet to completely revamp everything
Definitely not.
in one visit. That's too
Much
much.
too much.
So we help you buy key styles that we think will get along with other items in your closet already. So we get to know what you already own,
Mhm.
and how with certain, just only key pieces can uplift your entire wardrobe, and how to style it with simple items that you already own. So we don't go crazy and then go into the shop mode. And then over time, how you can refresh them, whether it's every 3 months, every 6 months, or once a year, whatever your comfort level is, we
Mhm.
will work with you. So I think that level of personalization our clients really appreciate. And so on July 13th event, we'll be offering tons of that valuable information, highlighting styles that are great for many different shapes and the colors, what do they mean, and how to be casual and be chic at the same time,
Be a warrior woman.
and be a warrior woman and come across as this fearless warrior woman when you enter a room, and
And uplift your value.
I
I gotta say it.
uplift your value and others around you.
And others around you, but the
Absolutely.
woman that's really focused on her career, and
Yeah.
she wants to get on stage, and she wants to, like you said, the confidence is key.
It starts
It shouldn't
with
be,
that,
but it shouldn't be like, oh, what am I wearing? It's like, okay, what I'm wearing is great, and now I'm going and getting on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I got this great opportunity. I know exactly what I'm going to wear
Yes.
for it. I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm not going to be
Love
struggling in the
Love
morning
that.
figuring it out, or
Love
night
this.
before. I already have a wardrobe for those moments, and I'm ready for it. Yeah, I think that's what
Yes.
we want women to be ready for, those big moments. And wardrobe should not even be a thought. It should just come naturally, and then you make an impact when you enter onto the stage.
I love that. Any other bits of advice you'd like to give our
No,
listeners?
I mean, my biggest message always is don't underestimate the value and the power of a wardrobe. It is a silent communicator. It can communicate a very powerful message, or it can derail your message.
So true.
So make it count. It's
Ma-
easy. Should take you less than 5 minutes to get ready in the morning if you have the right styles in your closet.
You all need to come on July 13th because
You do, because then we'll share more
so you
secrets
don't
how
have to
to make
set
that
aside like
happen.
2.5 hours like I do. What am I gonna wear?
No.
What am I gonna wear? What am I gonna
No,
wear?
no, can't have that.
No,
You can spend those 2.5 hours making money.
making money. Yes, absolutely. And like you said, you never know when something's gonna happen. You never know when an opportunity is gonna happen,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
gotta be ready to jump on that train or
Yep,
to the next meeting, and you have to be fresh and
ready for it.
ready
Yeah.
for it. Well, I'm excited about July
Me
13th.
too. I can't wait. So come join us, ladies. It's going to be a super fun day. And thank you for hosting it and making this happen and
course.
enjoyable conversation.
Of course, of course. So I have a couple announcements
Yeah.
before we sign off. So Warrior Women in Business, we are a member-based organization. Once a year, well, last year we did it twice, but normally it's once a year. We're a vendor to the New York City Mayor's office specifically for their end gender-based violence. And so every year we do an event. Sometimes it's music. Well, a lot of times it's music. A lot of times it's silent auction. This year I'd like to do something in fashion because we like to raise money for those people that are affected by domestic and gender-based violence. This past year, we did something for RAP, which is teen violence. Like they create these programs for awareness in the schools, which is super important. So that's one big thing that we do at Warrior Women in Business. We are announcing new partnerships almost on a daily basis. This is why I'm
Great.
always running around like a maniac. And one of the new partnerships, if you watch the last podcast, was with Linda Fisk, who's the executive director of Leadership Global. It's an amazing 11,000 member national organization that supports the entrepreneurial development of senior level women. It is really cool. And on June 18th in the morning, I'm actually leading a master class for them on going from leveraging their personal brands and getting paid to get on stage. I'm pretty excited about that.
Ah,
So we're going to be doing a lot of things with Leadership Global. They are based out of Dallas, but work everywhere. Women of culture, we're doing so many things with almost every day. They say, we have something new. Do you want to jump in on it? I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how you guys do it, but it's a great organization, Women of Culture, Leadership Global. These are other organizations you should consider joining. I would say I'm very much about collaborating. Aysha Sisterhood sounds really great. You'll learn more about it on July 13th. The last thing I wanted to mention, besides the fact is if you're interested in becoming a member, visit warriorwomenbusiness.com. We have lots of different benefits, but the exciting thing is in London on July 22nd, I'm personally co-hosting our first Warrior Women event. I
yay.
know, I'm so excited. So I'm the board director for the Arts and Culture Network, which is a global organization supporting professionals in arts and culture. And I just deal with the New York City chapter. But it's based out of London, so we're co-hosting a cocktail hour. I know.
Going international.
Going international at the Royal Society of the Arts. It
Nice.
sounds very royal. So I know that I'm gonna need a new outfit
For it.
for London. So I
Yeah.
personally am gonna do a lot of shopping on July 13th. And yeah, so we're going international. We're
Yeah.
partnering with all the right women. We're creating a movement. And I think that other women's organizations should support each other. It's really important
100%.
for us.
Yeah, and you're doing a great job. You're leading by example. So
I am trying.
kudos to you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now we'll be signing off. This was episode number 78. We look forward to seeing you at all our events. Just visit warriorwomenbusiness.com or visit us in social media to get your invite. You may have already received it in your email. So signing off. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
welcome.
See you on the 13th.
See you.
Bye.